Hello, and welcome back to my final week of my 20 tips for success with your goals and your life challenge. And this is my daughter, Jackson.
Hi.
She's 5 and she's just hanging out. We're doing the whole school at home thing, quarantine at home thing, and we're just going along. Okay, so today is tip number 16, and it has to do with your scary goals or your scary to-dos that you set in week 1. I think it was tip number 3. So if you have goals or your scary to-dos that are super overwhelming, like there's so much for you to do, then I have just the thing for you to break them down and make them nearly impossible to not follow through with. So I have my trusty little sticky note board. So what I like to do with any goal or with any project that seems just insurmountable, so overwhelming, is I break that project up into teeny tiny steps. Some of you have heard me say this already before. I do this with my clients all the time, and it works miracles. It makes everything feel so much more accomplishable. Is that a word? I don't know, but I said it. So here's what we do. We write out, I usually just write it in a notebook or on a piece of paper, the whole list of every single teeny tiny to-do that you can think of in a long list. And if you are not sure about any part, don't even worry about it. Just write down what you are sure about. And then you get out your sticky notes and you write every single to-do on those sticky notes. So one sticky note has only one to-do on it, okay? So you have every single little bit written down of this project, and then you put, here's what I do. You could always do your own version. I put the sticky notes in order of the steps that I would be taking for this project, and I stick them onto my poster board. This one's a little bit different. This is just a project I started that I broke down, or a program, I mean. So it would go step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, step number 4, or whatever order, whatever direction you want to go. And so then when it's time to actually start working on the project, then all that I have to do is go take the sticky note off that I'm going to complete, and then I know exactly what I'm doing, and it's so small that I'm like, oh, I could totally do this in like 5 to 20 minutes or whatever it would be. And so then I'm not looking at the whole project as a whole and feeling like, oh, there's no possible way I can complete this. I'm only looking at that one next step that I need to do. I already have it planned out, so I don't have to sit there spinning in circles like, what do I do next? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. Or, whatever other thoughts that go through your head with these big goals or these big projects. So when you are done with that step, this is what I like to do at least, I cross it off with my Sharpie, and then I just make a big stack. The to-dos that I finish end up to making a big stack, and then I'm like, wow, look at how much I actually did. So you have that visual. First, if you like to cross things off your to-do list, that's kind of scratches that itch. You can cross it off, and then you can see your results. You can see how much progress you made so that you know that you actually are moving forward. You're actually making progress. And then with my poster board, I hide it from myself. I always know that it's there. I don't forget about this thing. I hide it from myself so that I am not staring at it all day like, oh my gosh, look how much is left on this project to do. So all I do is take it out when it's time to work on it, peel off that next to do, put it away again, and then cross off that to do and put it in my stack. Please ask me questions about this, because this is one of my favorite tools that I use with my own projects and my clients too. I have clients that swear by it also, and it keeps them going. It keeps them working on their projects and moving on to the next one too. So like I said, ask questions about this if you have any, and if not, I will see you tomorrow for tip number 17. Bye.